All right, guys, I know I've done videos on the Doxa in the past. Quite frankly, the sub 1200T is my favorite model. Um, but, I mean, I really haven't checked out too many other versions, but I've looked at enough pictures and watched enough videos to know that the 1200T seems to be the absolute sweet spot for size and value proposition. And then it also has the perfect bracelet, the individual beads of rice. So size, we're going to talk about it again. Size 42.7 wide case. The lug to lug on it is 44.6. Thickness is like basically 14 mil. 20 mil lug width and a 20 mil bracelet, non-tapering. So overall, amazing dimensions. It wears great for this, style of case for a dive watch. Pretty much iconic. Like, you can't beat it. The look is just, it's Doxa. I mean, it's just, I know there's people out there that maybe don't like it or can't appreciate it, but for the most part, these are universally loved. And there's a reason why. It's because they are great feeling on wrist, and they house the ETA 2824 movement, and it has really thick sapphire and amazing depth ratings and all that stuff that makes it a whether you're going to wear it just as, like we like our dive watches, or if you're actually legitimately going to dive, this thing can do it, has done it, has a long history of doing it, and continues to do it. There's special models they actually make that go to just those dive adventures and stuff. So this is the Caribbean, which is the blue. There's a black one, there's an orange one, there's some limited yellow ones. I think the sub 1200T Caribbean, and again, I'm biased because that's the one I bought in the past. It was actually not this exact watch, but I mean, it was the same style and look and everything. It had the orange print around the outer part of the decompression bezel or dive bezel. And I think that if there was one thing I would change, and I have not really dug too much into it, maybe they have done some in the past. I think they actually have, if they did an orange minute hand on this, but I don't know, that stark white on that blue dial is so visible. I think maybe if you did the orange hand, maybe it would just screw it up. It's hard to say. So you have the signed crown. You have a really nice case back. That Jenny is the mother company of these guys. These are limited editions. You can see this is number, if I can read it there, 101 of 1,200. So you can kind of see it there, guys. Sorry if you can't, but... So they only make 1,200, and it's actually nice that they do the case backs in my preferred method, where they actually number, like, tell you exactly which one you have, instead of just like one of 1,200, like you have to guess which one. Of course, you have the bracelet that completely folds flat on the back of the case, so it's going to be super comfortable. You have your dive extension, just stamped metal, but everything is like function on this. You have the 4 micro adjusts, you have the milled foldy bits here, but then the rest of it is stamped. And you guys already know my feelings on that if you're a regular viewer. I actually am totally fine with a stamped. It keeps it really thin profile, and you just can't get that thinness and cleanness on a milled one. Sure, the milled clasp are nice, but there's a reason why they do this. It's not cost saving. I mean, maybe it is. I could be wrong, but I think it's to just give it a really nice thin package. And so, I mean, that's probably why I like my Seiko Monsters too, which I was wearing this guy today, the Jade one. So I'm going to give you a wrist shot of this going on. This is lent in by a viewer. We're going to call him Mr. R. You can see on my 7.25 inch wrist, it's absolutely perfection. This is such an amazing watch. Feels great on wrist. The bezel action is also perfection. 120 click. There's no play. It snaps into place all 120 stops. Actually has a pretty decent sound as well. And everything lines up, of course. So I'm going to give you a loom shot. Like I said, I'm going to keep this one kind of short. I mean, I've already done a video or two of the 1200T. You can see it's plenty bright enough. The pip is really bright. The minute hand's brighter. So it's going to give you long-lasting, good quality lume. You can see the monster over there on the left side kind of showing off a bit. Seiko lume is definitely in the the front part of the spectrum is going to be brighter, more intense, but the Doxa is long-lasting as well. So it's not going to disappoint. And then even in low light situations, that stark white indices and handset against the dark blue dial is just so easy to read. And then you have a really nice anti-reflective coated crystal. So you have minimal distortion on that double dome. And you get that blue in the right light, and it's pretty spectacular for being a flat colored dial. It actually pops out pretty good. And I think that's, like I said, it's probably partly because of the stark white against it. It's just a really good package. Helium escape valve over there. So I did throw this on the time grapher because, I mean, ETA 2824s usually perform without even doing any sort of regulation or anything like that. And I threw it on the time grapher, and I was getting, in multiple different positions, I think it would average out to about anywhere from 9 to 11 seconds fast. And that's without me wearing it. That's just giving a wind. It's going to act a little bit different depending on, on wrist. I found that's not as subjective when you're talking about the Swiss movements. It seems like that plays in more with the Seiko movements, but with the ETA 2824s, I find that they're actually pretty consistent, whether I have it on wrist or if I do a full wind or whatever. So I think that guy's going to settle in at probably around 9 seconds fast per day. But I haven't done a long-term test with it. I just wound it real quick and threw it on the time grapher. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts on the Doxa. I suspect most people are going to be, even if you don't feel like you want to buy one or own one or have one on wrist, there's just mad respect for them, just because what they bring to the dive watch community and everything like that. It's just an amazing package. So big thanks to Mr. R for sending these in. This was part of a trifecta that he sent in, the Helios, this guy, and the Marine Master. So I'll be doing the Marine Master soon as well. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video.